Hello, everybody. I'm Dimitris Mallas. I'm a journalist for CNN Greece, and I'm happy to host the fireside chat now. We're running a little bit late, so I'm trying to make it as quick and informative as possible. I'm here with Eugenio Tornaghi.
Eugenio
Eugenio, I said that right, at least once.
Almost,
okay.
yes.
Who is the CEO for NEXI here in Greece and the whole southeastern Europe. Northeastern.
Correct.
How did that come? Anyway, thanks very much for being here. We have a very interesting subject, and I hope that you're here for that subject and not for the next session. That's also very interesting, which is to talk a little bit about cashless economy. Can Europe achieve that target?
What is the next section about?
I don't know. It's about customer centricity, but it's all the banks. That's why.
Okay.
That's
okay. Let's stick to this. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
The banks are your partners in any case. So in that case,
I spent 30 days working for banks, so I think that I know a little about that.
Okay, so you understand. In any case, okay, but I think one of the reasons that I really like that subject is because there's a lot of talk about it. And to be honest, when they first said that are you going to do this fireside chat with this kind of subject, I say, okay, I'm in. Whoever talks with. And it's even better that we can talk together about that. So let's start by defining what is a cashless economy. And if there are any examples of countries and regions in Europe that have made significant progress. I'm saying that because NEXI is all over Europe, so perhaps you have a better understanding than us if there is some such things as...
I think it is correct. We start from the definition, and I think that we can have a couple of definitions. The first one is we can consider a cashless society, a society in which you are not forced to use cash for anything. So you can live without touching your banknotes. And if this is a definition, yes, sure, we have many examples of this. Even, I would say, the north of Italy, a large part of Italy, I live in Milan, it can pass 20 days before I touch a banknote because everything is absolutely accessible by tap and go. I mean, the public transportation, whatever you have to pay at a bar, at a restaurant, whatever. Okay.
I thought you were going to tell us about the Scandinavian countries.
I'm getting there. Then if you want, on the contrary, to define a society, a cashless society, as a society that almost forbid to use cash, we are getting exactly in that direction. Because I can make you an example. I mean, in Denmark, cash transaction dropped to less than 12%. And now they are issuing a law to force, it's called something like cash law, to force merchants to accept banknotes. And the law will force them to accept banknotes, but not after 10 p.m., from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m., because it's too dangerous for them.
Because someone will steal it.
Exactly.
Could steal it, yeah.
Exactly. My daughter is living there, and she's telling me that if you pay cash, it's considered trashy. I mean, it's something that nobody does, unless you go to Christiania to buy drugs or something like that. So, I mean...
So that's a cultural shift, I mean.
It's absolutely a cultural shift, and Sweden is even more advanced in that respect. Cash transactions were less than 2%.
Okay, so in that sense, because what are the advantages and the disadvantages of a cashless economy? And in what you said before also, take also in consideration that there are cultural differences in Europe around that. Perhaps what you said about in Denmark doesn't apply in Italy or Greece.
Absolutely.
But what are the advantages?
Honestly, I see only advantages on a cashless society. And that's why I was quite curious about this cash law in Denmark, because it was somehow reintroducing the possibility to pay cash. And the reason for that is that there are some part of the population, the elderly people, or I would say, those that are not really, I would say...
Into digital. Perhaps they say that digital is bad or something like that.
They take care of. This was the only reason why they are reintroducing the
cash.
The cash. They are pushing in this direction. But apart from that, I think the cashless society is simply better than a, let me call it, cash society. It prevents from black money, fraud evasion. It's easier to pay cashless than cash. It's safer. I mean, you cannot be robbed if you don't have cash with you. I mean, all in all, I only see advantages in this.
Yeah, but what about the small businesses? Okay, meaning that especially in countries like Greece or or Italy. Okay, I'm taking Italy. You're from Italy, so you understand better. And
com-
we have the same culture about that.
Completely. I mean,
Okay.
for me, it's like, apart from the language, it is really difficult for me, but
Everything
same
else.
people, same everything, same culture, same everything.
Okay, so what are the we have a lot of small businesses, retailers. How can they adapt in that kind of environment? If we're talking about the cashless economy, would they be able to adapt?
But I can tell you what is going on and what happened in Italy. Yes, absolutely, yes. I mean, we are not talking about something that is not available for small merchants. Something that struck me years ago when I went to China for business was that those guys were not using, of course,
Cards.
they are not using
They
cards.
were using plastic cards or even
No, they are not. But their habit was not tap and go, because everything is QR code based.
Yeah.
And I was thinking two things. First, this became a standard, and as every standard, even if there is something better, it's difficult to move from one standard to the other. But the second part of it was that because I saw a beggar that had a sticker on a carton box. So you can do a donation by using your Alipay. And that was wise, because, I mean, a beggar cannot afford a POS.
Yeah.
But a sticker on a carton box is 2 cents. So you can do it, no? And now, why I'm using this example to come back to your question, small merchants can, seasonal activities can. Yes, I mean, there is in the western part of the world, we are using this tap and go way of paying.
Yeah.
No, these bring to the need of a POS, of a specialized machine. But both merchants are offering different types of contracts, and since 1 year and more, there is the soft POS that is quite cheap. So if you have, if you are the owner of a kiosk and you want to accept payment, you can do it via soft POS. You don't have to have a dedicated hardware. This lowers the cost dramatically. You use your own smartphone and you accept the payment.
Okay, sure about that. But now, so what you are saying more or less is that all these kind of the new digital products and services, like the digital wallet, like Google Pay, Apple Pay, paying with smartphones, tap and go, can help us towards, that target of, cashless economy. Do you believe that this?
Totally. I think that factors are, or take it from the back. I mean, when you pay, you don't want to bother about that. You want something that is universally accepted and that can be easy to use, okay? Now, I think that is the experience of everybody. If you have whatever, Android Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever, it's super easy. You simply tap and go. I think that it's still something to do in the acceptance side in this country, but also in the country where I'm living, because I think that is a common experience. If you are at the airport, I'm quite often there, I never use cash. Because anytime that I buy something, there is a POS that is showing the opportunity immediately once that on the cash register is typed the amount to pay. This is something that we have to introduce everywhere, so that it's going to be easier for everybody to pay through that.
So you believe that we're going to that, and at some point
Sure.
in Europe there will be a cashless
Sure.
economy. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
And how does NEXI Group collaborate with policymakers, financial institutions, and other stakeholders to drive the adoption of cashless payment methods in Europe?
I think that this is a common goal. So, and the way we collaborate is different from country to country, because of course we are, let's call us a technical partner in this, no?
Okay.
So
I thought that the technical part will be the same more or less in each country. The policies.
No, because every country has a different stage of maturity.
Okay, that's
being a technical partner, let me say, in Denmark, in a place where, as I was saying, they are introducing a law in order to foster the utilization of cash. Is much different from being a technical partner in Poland.
Okay.
Where
So what are you doing there with the policymakers? Is something that you can tell us that it's common?
We are literally collaborating in Greece as well. We have open dialogues with the authorities, and as I said, it's a common goal. We are
Okay, and, I'm sorry.
offering solutions that are tailor-made.
And what about privacy? Because in this thing, there's a lot of talk about privacy. How do you address that?
That is generally speaking, not only for NEXI, that is an issue, I would say, because the way we are all using to pay derives from a guarantee method. I mean, credit cards were created as a guarantee that you used when you issued checks, sorry. No? When you were writing a check, you were giving the check to the merchant. Besides, you had the card that says that you are a member of Amex or at the time when Diners Club was the first one. Being created as a guarantee is the opposite of privacy because it has to testify that you are you and you own money and so on and so forth. No? It's also the reason why it is priced in percentage. Now, if you use it together with cash, I mean, if it's a part of your payment, there's nothing wrong with this. You decide when you want to be, let's say, known and when you don't want to be known as a payer. But if cash disappears, that becomes a problem, of course. Because you may have, I think that we all would like to avoid a big brother watching us. No, and
yeah, that's why a lot of people are concerned. You were mentioning Denmark, perhaps. There are people that say, okay, they can control us or they can follow us or they can track us. It's a big brother. That's why I'm not using cards or whatever. That's
okay. I think
that's why I mentioned the privacy stuff.
Correct. I think that is, how can I say it? It is correct, but brings also to something that is not that correct, that is fiscal illusion in many cases. But let's go back to I would say, to what is what is a right of every individual, no? To be private in his own private life. So far we have banknotes and credit cards, debit cards, and so on. Europe is moving towards the digital euro, and the digital euro will be anonymous.
That's true. So we have.
I think that even in a cashless society, we will always have the possibility to pay one way or the other.
Okay, one last thing. Can you give us an update about NEXI's group's plans for the whole region and Greece? What are the opportunities, the challenges?
The challenges are that this region is very fragmented. No, I mean the population is a good proxy of how attractive is a business for us. And just to talk about figures, I mean here is 10 million inhabitants, Croatia, Albania, very small countries. These are the challenges. The opportunities that we are taking, by the way, is the growth. The growth is here. And especially when it gets to touristic development, these countries are literally booming. And just to let you know, I mean, our region was the fastest growing in the NEXI group. We grew by 12% last year. And the first month of this year are very promising.
So should we expect more investments in the region and in Greece from your part?
Yes, it's most likely that we invest more than we invest. I mean, we invested twice in Greece already.
Yeah, I was talking about the whole region, not just Greece, but...
No. Yes.
You're going to do that? Okay.
Yes. We believe in the region and we believe in Greece, especially.
Thanks very much, and give a warm applause here for Mr.
Thank you.